What's going on, guys? It's Greg from ECD, and today we have a review of the all-new Under Armour Command 2. So they are continuing to grow that Command line. They initially launched the first Command, then they went into the Command Low, and now have the Command X, and then the Command 2. So that'll be 4 heads total in the Command line. So the original Command is a head that has been proven at the highest levels. It's really been vetted out for the last couple years in colleges, the Under Armour All-American game. This has proven itself to be a really steady head, and I think that for the 2, they took a lot of things that people liked about the head, kept those features, and then made some improvements where they gotten feedback from their major college teams. So let's take a look at the 2. It's going to be $89, just like the first Command, and just overall looks-wise and pretty much every feature, it's going to resemble the Command a lot. And there's not a ton of differences, but there are some little ones that if you loved the first Command, you are really going to love the Command 2. So looking at its overall profile, same exact strut design, same exact face shape, same exact offset. These are things that people have really come to love. They did add some design feature updates. They picked up that little jewel on the throat that I like from the Command Low, and then added some additional texture throughout the head, a couple extra little details. Nothing crazy, nothing performance-based, mostly just a really slight look update. One thing they kept around is the glide scoop. This is the same exact scoop from the first Command and has proven to be one of the best scoops in the game. They really tucked the strings in there, really smooth, really rounded. And I think what people have really liked about the Command 1, and will like even more about the Command 2, is that it's a really versatile head. You see LSMs, defenders, all the way through offensive midfielders and attackers using this head. So it's proven to be a good head for pretty much every position on the field because it is stiff, it's not too pinched, and it's got a great scoop for ground balls. They kept these fins, still not sure what they do, don't really have an explanation for it. It might just be a design feature at this point, but still has the fins on the back. One thing that I found interesting was the stringing for this, so they definitely made some big adjustments to the stringing holes. Previously we had 3 large holes and then a whole bunch of small ones with a couple bunched down here, which I actually really liked. The inset is still there, but here they have at the top, the very top 2 are a little bit smaller, and then a large, then a small, then a large, then a small, then a large, then all smalls down the side. So for string the top string, wasn't quite happy with the top 2 options because usually I like to wrap it 2, maybe even 3 times. I know you guys like to get creative up there. With the top holes, I could barely get it through twice just to do one single loop, which isn't my favorite, and then you've got the big hole right below that. So I'm not sure why they moved away from the big holes at the top, but it wasn't all that convenient. And then moving down, you've got this alternating, big, small for a couple, which I don't know, however I strung it worked out perfectly where the large hole landed right where my shooting string was going to be. So it was kind of nice to weave that through there. And then the rest of the holes are fine, pretty much the same number and evenly spaced. So I used a pattern I've used from the Command that turned out really nice, that we've worked on a lot in the warehouse, and I think it's worked well. The other big thing is a reduction in weight and a pickup in stiffness. So most of the features are the same, but here they cut away some weight. The Command was definitely a heavier head, which is why it works so well for so many positions, but for an attackman, offensive midfielder, it was a little heavy. So they say on the packaging it shaved down to 4.8 ounces. My scale had it at a little bit heavier, and things do vary scale to scale, or maybe they had it without the ball stop and the jewel on, but it is definitely lighter than the first Command. It didn't weigh under 5 ounces for me, but it was closer to that than the first Command, so a little bit of weight reduction, and it's definitely stiffer. So when you can lose weight and pick up stiffness, that's really helping out that ratio, which is super important. And the final thing they did was adjust the bottom rail shape. So one weird thing about the Command was it always had some awkward lines here, whereas opposed to a nice smooth curve that you're on the bottom, it had sort of a kink and then a flat part and then another abrupt jump up. So here they just took some time to smooth out the full bottom rail, move that position up just a little bit so you could do a slightly higher pocket and make it a little more versatile. So I think that was a minute change, but definitely helped out. So overall, there's nothing crazy revolutionary here, but if you like the Command, which a ton of people do, this is the perfect next step up. Fixed all the little things that people didn't like, and it turned out to be a really solid, really versatile head. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to let me know down in the comments what you think of the Command 2, and if you've used one yet, make sure to check it out on college fields this season. There's going to be a lot of them using it. Likes if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.